World War I, often called the Great War, was a conflict of unprecedented scale that engulfed the world from 1914 to 1918. While the major powers fought on European soil, the war's influence extended far beyond the continent. Two nations, Persia and Albania, both considered neutral, found themselves drawn into the conflict for a variety of strategic and geopolitical reasons. Persia, a strategic prize in the Middle East. A geopolitical significance. Persia's location in the heart of the Middle East made it a highly coveted territory for the major powers. It served as a vital crossroads for trade routes and provided access to the oil-rich regions of the Persian Gulf. British and Russian interests. Britain and Russia, both allied powers, sought to secure their interests in Persia. Russia aimed to maintain its influence in the northern provinces, while Britain sought to protect its imperial interests in the south, particularly the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. See occupation and reoccupation. In 1914, Russia and Britain jointly occupied Persia, ostensibly to protect their interests. However, their presence was met with resistance from Iranian nationalists, leading to significant unrest. 2. Albania, a strategic Balkan crossroads. The Balkan powder keg. The Balkan region was a hotbed of political and ethnic tensions leading up to World War I. Albania, a newly established independent state in 1912, found itself in the midst of these conflicts. The Italian and Austro-Hungarian ambitions. Italy and Austro-Hungary, part of the Central Powers, sought to expand their influence in the Balkans. Albania's strategic position along the Adriatic coast made it an attractive target for territorial expansion and naval access. See occupation and resistance. In 1916, Italian forces occupied Albania with Austro-Hungarian support. Albanian resistance, led by local guerrilla groups and supported by the French and Serbian armies, persisted throughout the occupation. 3. Economic interests and resources. Persian oil and resources. Persia's vast oil reserves, particularly in the southern province of Khuzestan, held immense economic value. The major powers sought to control and safeguard these resources to fuel their war efforts. Albania's strategic position. Albania's Adriatic coast offered naval access and control over critical trade routes. Additionally, the country possessed valuable natural resources, including coal and minerals, which were essential for wartime industries. The legacy of occupation. Socio-political consequences. The occupations of Persia and Albania left lasting socio-political legacies. In Persia, anti-imperialist sentiments were heightened, setting the stage for a resurgence of nationalist movements in the following decades. In Albania, the resistance efforts fostered a sense of national identity and unity. The post-war repercussions. After the war, both Persia and Albania faced the challenges of post-conflict reconstruction and asserting their independence in the complex geopolitical landscape of the early 20th century. Introduction illustrates the far-reaching geopolitical ambitions of the major powers. Their strategic importance, whether in terms of resources or location, made them contested territories in the global struggle for dominance. The experiences of these nations during the war continue to shape their histories and the broader narratives of the Middle East and the Balkans.